Today on Review This Thing, we're going to review this thing, the Bulldog Doghouse FP Plus Archery Target. Hey guys, this is Adrian with Review This Thing. Before we review this target, do us a big favor. Right over there, there's a subscribe button. Please click that button, click that notification bell. If you have one of these targets, comment below and let us know what you think. If you have any other questions and we didn't answer them, comment below as well. Give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. The folks at Bulldog Targets were kind enough to send us a target a few weeks ago to let us try it out so we could tell you about it. So we've been shooting it for several weeks, probably put 100, 200 shots through it. So we just wanted to give you a rundown and let you know what we think about it. As always, we want to cover the facts. The first part is fit. So there really are two questions you want to ask yourself when you're talking about the fit of an archery target. The first is the size of the target what you want? So this one is 24 inches by 24 inches by 10 inches in the frame. The website says this target weighs 27 pounds. I just weighed it just to see, and on my inexpensive fish scale, it says it weighs about 32 pounds. But it's still super manageable, very easy. I carried it from the place we've had it up here to the table. No problem, was able to put it here on the table without any trouble. It also has this nifty handle that makes it easier to carry as well. So it's big enough that it gives you plenty of spots that you can shoot at, but it's also small enough and light enough that you can carry it from place to place pretty easily. The second question we want to answer is, does this target fit your needs? This target is rated to handle arrows traveling at 350 feet per second. So even with a crossbow or a bow up to, like, I think they say 80 pounds, it should be able to handle those arrows. It's also only rated for field tips, so this is not rated for broadheads. So as long as you're looking for a target that'll handle no more than 350 feet per second and is good for field tips, not for small game heads or for broadheads, then this target should fit your needs pretty well. So what kind of score can we give the Bulldog Doghouse FP for fit? They do have one that's a little bit smaller. I believe it's like 16 inches wide and 19 inches tall, a little bit lighter. For us, this is great. It's a very manageable weight for us, and it has several different spots on it to shoot at. And it also just manageable, easy to carry around, and it fits the needs that we have. None of our bows shoot more than 350 feet per second. So for us, this is a perfect fit. Because of that, we are going to have to give fit a 5 out of 5. Now is the Bulldog Doghouse FP as advertised. The first thing that this target advertises is that it will stop arrows in their tracks. So we've been shooting mine and my husband's compound bow, our crossbow, and those are all under 310 feet per second. And you can see that those arrows go in, what, maybe 5 to 6 inches, and they're stopped dead in their tracks. We also shot a friend of ours' crossbow that I believe was around 340, and the arrow definitely went in further, but still not so far that it came out the back side of the target or anything like that. So it definitely stops the arrows in their tracks as long as it's under 350 feet per second. The other thing the Bulldog, the Plus series, is advertised to do is to have 2-finger arrow removal. So that was probably the most interesting thing that I wanted to test out about these targets. I've also done that thing where you pull it out and it jabs you in the thigh because it finally decided to come out. And we were very pleasantly surprised. You really can remove an arrow out of these targets with just 2 fingers. The only thing is if your field tip is even a little bit bigger than the arrow, then that edge will get hung on the material. And they tell you that on the target. So just make sure that your field tips are flush, that there isn't any lip at all, and you won't have a bit of problem getting it out of there. Just look at the comparison of these two videos. So in this one, it's just your typical block target with a crossbow bolt, and you can see how much trouble we had getting that thing out of there. But then the same crossbow, same position, shooting into this target, and you see how easy it was to just pull those bolts straight out of the target. This target is also advertised to be a self-healing target. This is actually the side that we've been shooting at primarily, and you can see that the holes actually do close up pretty well. They leave a fairly decent-sized hole whenever you first shoot, but you can see that it has healed up pretty decently, and most of them have closed up almost completely. One thing we have learned is that after you shoot and you remove the arrows, if you just take a second and kind of rub over the hole, it helps speed up that process. So are these Bulldog targets as advertised? I would have to say they definitely are. We've been able to shoot arrows at almost 350 feet per second, no problems, not going all the way through, stopping that arrow, 2-finger removal. It's also self-healing, it's super tough, and it's done really well for us so far. So because of that, we're gonna have to say, are these targets as advertised? Absolutely, 5 out of 5. Now on to construction and durability. So one thing about construction that's really nice is the size of the target. As we talked about, it weighs 27 to 32 pounds, which is a really good size, making it easy to carry and move around to different spots, but also making it super sturdy. So we haven't had any issues with this target getting knocked over whenever it's been hit by an arrow. So that part is really nice. The other thing that we also really like is how many different targets you have. So you have 9 possible spots on the front if you shoot at the little doggy there. And then whenever we turned it around, you can see earlier, you have the exact same looking target on the back side. So you have 9 places here. When this gets all shot up, you can turn around and you have 9 other targets on the back side of it. And one thing I did not mention in the advertised section that we'll talk about here in construction and durability is that these targets are the only archery targets that come with a lifetime warranty. So basically, you shoot up one side, you mess it up, the stuffing's coming out, you turn it around, you shoot on the other side, same thing. Then you just go online, order a replacement cover, and now you have a brand new target basically. They also say that if for some reason the target itself messes up or the stuffing messes up, then you can contact them, return the target, and they'll send you a new one. And replacing the cover is actually really easy. You don't remove this old layer off. You just take the new cover that they send, use a staple gun, and wrap it on there, staple that down both sides, and then it also comes with replacement of the black material on the edges. And the same thing, you just take that, lay it over there, staple it down, and you have a brand new target basically. As far as durability, you can see here we've shot at it several times, and for the short amount of time we've had it, it's holding up really well. As far as long-term durability, we can't really speak to that just because we've only had it a little bit. We did very purposefully leave it outside the past several weeks just to see how it would hold up there. Now, it was in the woods and it was covered by a little bit of a metal cover. So they mentioned keep it covered or at least keep it out of the sun so that it will last longer. Again, though, if it does fade or dry rot, then contact customer service, go online and order a new replacement set. So we have not had it very long, but overall, we really like the construction, the weight, the size, the stability, and the multiple options for shooting at, and then you just can't beat a lifetime warranty. So because of all of that, we're going to have to give construction and durability a 5 out of 5. Now on to testimonials and reviews. So these targets, you can buy them on Amazon or you can buy them directly through the Bulldog website. And that's where we went to look for reviews. There really were only a few negative reviews. There was one from 2016 that said they never got their order. I think there was another one from 2017 that said it stopped working and they never heard back from customer service. Again, those are several years ago, and I haven't read anything recently that says that. Another person said that their order was never fulfilled. And then there was one that was definitely an outlier, so you never know how to read it, but it said that this was made out of the lowest quality material out there and it took them 10 minutes to remove their arrow. Based on my experience, my question would be, what were they doing differently than you were supposed to do? So you never know. There could be duds out there, but so far we've had an excellent experience. But as always, we give you the average score that we found. So between Amazon and the Bulldog website, which really are mostly 5s, we're going to say the average is 4.8 out of 5. Okay, now for the whole reason that you watch this video. Should you buy this thing? There are a couple of things to think about. So this target does retail for $154 and plus shipping. The tricky thing with that is it is a bit more expensive, maybe 2 to 3 times as much as some targets you may go and buy at Bass Pro Shop or Cabela's or someplace like that. But do you get what you pay for? This target really does offer a lot. It's big enough that you have lots of places to shoot at, front and back. It's sturdy, stable, but also light enough that we can move it around if we needed to. Arrow removal is crazy easy, especially compared to some other targets that we've used. The other thing is that lifetime warranty. So these are $154, but you only pay $154 once. So if this wears out, the stuffing starts coming out, it breaks, something happens to it, then you can get it replaced and you're not paying another $154 or you're not paying another $60 to buy another target. So like I mentioned, we've only had it for a couple months, but so far we've been really pleased with it. We've really liked it from the get-go. And because we like this target so much, we really try not to do this very often, but we contacted Bulldog to see if we could get y'all a coupon code. And so if you click in the description below, there is a coupon code so you can get a bit of a discount on these as well. Because of all of those things, I'm going to have to say, should you buy this thing? Absolutely 100%, 5 out of 5. Thanks for watching our video. While you're here, please take a second and subscribe and click that notification bell. Share our page with someone else and get them to subscribe. If you have this target, comment below. Ask any questions you have below. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. Just help us out. We really appreciate it. And hopefully we can help you figure out what it is you want to know about what you want to buy.